and what did you play today?
Today I played blind going second Sky Striker. Went 5-0. Undefeated.
Undefeated. That's a going blind. That's a gutsy move. Okay, well, let's get into the profile.
So we'll do main deck first.
All right.
So 3 Ray.
3 Ray.
2 Rose. This is pretty standard.
Okay.
Engages at 1, so you need to say Ray is. You need to see a Sky Striker monster as often as possible.
Okay.
Not really much else to say about that.
Yep.
1 Pankratops.
Wow.
Some people cut this card. Going second, this seems like a necessity. It's basically 2 interruptions. You summon it, and they have to worry about 2600 body, and then they have to worry about the tribute pop as well.
Yes.
Then off to the hand traps. We played 3 Veiler.
Man, that killed me today.
Because we don't have access code, but we do go into Needle Fiber for Needle Fiber play, so she is necessary for that.
Yep.
And she's also maybe like one of the best hand traps right now.
Oh yes, not once per turn, see?
Not once per turn.
Man.
3 Ghost Spell because there's a lot of moving from the grave right now.
Yes.
It's pretty standard. 3 Ash. Ash is a good card. Stops you, like, what can I say about this? Stops you drawing, stops you searching.
Seeing too much of her today. Holy moly.
2 Spellmeister. This did not come up a lot today. Like, there are a lot of grave effects, but for the most part, I didn't see them really.
Alright.
Might keep it, might take it out for something else. Last 2 hand traps, infinite and permanent.
Classic.
Veiler version 2, unlimited. Like, you can't have it. It's not a once per turn, so again, like Veiler. And then, of course, the spell and trap negation is nice whenever that comes out. Sky Striker spells, 1-ofs, multi-roll, engage, hornet drones, all good cards.
Man.
This is another Ray. It's great when they can't respond to desires.
Yep.
And Pot of Greed is a good card.
Absolutely.
Then we have 2 Shark Cannon. Some people play this at 3. I almost want to play it at 3. Going for like the OT, not OTK, but to end the game, you want as many monsters as possible. This is basically taking an opponent's monster from the grave. Helps you go into your higher links. It's just great. Might run it at 3, might keep it at 2. Area 0.
Oh yeah.
Love and hate this card.
Yeah.
Might actually just play it at 1. I saw a couple builds play it at 1. But it didn't seem bricky at all. I definitely wouldn't play it at 3. It wasn't bricky today, but it has been bricky before. So. Then we play 2 Afterburners.
Yes.
I'm not a big fan of jamming waves.
Okay.
Usually I find like Sky Striker for the most part does not have to worry about back row. You saw I did plenty of back row removal. You're more worried about getting rid of the big monsters. And then you tend to have 3 spells in grave pretty often, which lets you pop any back row anyways.
Gotcha.
I really don't like jamming waves because it has to be set, and then they just flip it right over, and jamming waves doesn't work anymore. 3 Widow Anchor. Like, quick play, change of heart. Like, why wouldn't I play this card?
Yes.
And then that's it for the Sky Striker spells. We play 3 Desires. This is necessary.
Wow.
You can maybe side out 1. You can maybe side out 1 in later games when you need to side something in. But engages at 1. You need to see a starter. If you do not see a starter, you do not play this deck. Draw 2.
There you go.
And then the banished cards actually help us out later on with our extra deck. 2 Mystic Mine. I did not play this once at all today.
I seen it though. You were milling, and I seen it. Like, oh crap.
See some builds play 1. See a lot of builds play 3. I didn't want to brick on field spells, and if you play it at 1, you're hardly ever going to see it when you need it. 2 seems like a good enough ratio to me. Then the 1-ofs, we have 1 Call-by, Rhoda, Upstart, and Terraforming. These are free spells in grave. There's not much to say about that. And Call-by, even though it's 1-off, like, this is an absolutely great card, especially with all the graveyard effects right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's it for the main. Extra deck is extremely standard.
Yeah.
Forgive the 3 varying arts and rarities.
That's the same card.
That's the same card, does the same thing. At least that's what I'm told. Great card. 3 Shizuku, of course. Search at the end. I only play 2 Hayate. Some people play 3. I find that like if you're playing properly, you should only have 2. 3 is nice if you're getting used to it and you don't exactly know how the deck works yet. Not once today that I wish I had a 3rd one of these.
Gotcha.
Kinda came up once actually.
Oh.
I think. Oh no, kinda came up twice today. Usually don't get to use this card at all. Just stops your opponent from being able to attack with a monster. It does have a nice effect for going into time where you gain 100 life points for every Sky Striker spell you use. That has never come up, but maybe it will. And then the last Sky Striker link we use is Zeke. I hadn't played Sky Striker in about 2 years. So I was kind of iffy on this card, but I take back everything because this card saved me so many times today.
Wow.
Like in old Sky Striker, there'd be so many times where you have a Link 2 into Phoenix and you can't get rid of it. It's stuck there. But now you just have another monster, Link 2, you Widow Anchor, Shark Cannon, whatever, you go straight to this. It's great. Speaking of which, we have Ningirsu and Nightmare Phoenix. This is for like anyone who happens to main deck any nasty floodgate or something you can't deal with normally. Ningirsu is great for the non-targeting. It's mainly a Dragoon out. I went up against is it Bee Troopers?
Oh yeah.
They have a big beater with 3K that can't be targeted or destroyed. Thanks to this, I was actually able to deal with it. I probably would have lost otherwise. And then we have the budget needle fiber package. Normally you play access code. I play Zeroboros instead.
Okay.
3K on its own, gains 200 for every banish, including your opponents. And we play Desires, so if you resolve the Desires, he's at least 5K. He does have a banish everything on the field effect if a monster is summoned to his arrows. That did not come up at all today. But yeah, so that's the extra deck.
Right, and what did you side?
Side is very iffy.
Iffy. Okay.
Like, there's a lot of cards I'm going to keep, but I'll get those, I believe, first. So we got 3 different kaijus. I only had 1 Gamma Seal, so my logic was, since I only have 1 Gamma, if I draw 2 kaijus, at least one can beat over the other one.
There you go.
And then I can just link off into Zeke. So this, I didn't summon a kaiju once yet today. I might try and trade off this guy for one of the smaller ones, but I actually might keep the different kaijus. I'm not 100% sure. That said, if you do get 2 Gamma, at least you can bash them into each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we've got 3 Nibiru.
There you go.
I'm debating main decking this card.
Okay, yeah.
Just because Sky Striker does its worst, especially where it's a blind second.
Yes.
It does its worst against combo decks that build a board and then ask you to break it. It's much easier if I could just put this out in game 1 and deal with it that way. A lot of the slower decks for Sky Striker has a good matchup anyway, so if you do draw this, it's not that much of a brick. But I'd only put in 2 in the main. I wouldn't main 3 for sure. 3 Artifact Lancia.
Yes.
This is more of a local decision.
Yes.
I find we have really good ABC players, things like that. Can't let them banish the monsters.
Yeah.
Then we have the 1 Eagle Booster. Crossout Designator is out, and that's a nasty card. But for Sky Striker, it's kind of iffy to use Designator. I find that Eagle Booster gives you pretty much the exact same result that you want from Crossout Designator in this deck.
Gotcha.
But we'll see how that goes. I might try it. And then the last 5 are all Spell and Trap.
Yes, there you go.
3 MST, 2 Cosmic Cyclone. Don't play Twin Twisters because I don't want to discard any cards into the grave.
Yes.
MST 3 over this Cosmic Cyclone 3, because at least then you can pop your field spell, special summon right from grave.
Oh yeah, sure.
If you banish it, you don't get that effect.
There you go.
So yeah, that's it.
Great. Well, anyway, thanks so much for the profile.
Thank you very much.